right, so let's today we're going to talk about some of the conventional and unconventional ways to promote your fingerprinting service if you are a fingerprinting notary. And I'm going to quickly dispel a few fingerprinting myths. There's some misinformation that gets around out there, mainly from notaries that aren't offering this service and don't know what they're talking about because they don't offer the service. And it's pretty obvious to somebody like me who does offer these services and has an understanding of how they work and what the markets are. So when I see some of the comments that end up usually in Facebook groups, or even I'll get emails from people about stuff, and to me it's comical. I'm like, well, you obviously don't have a clue what you're talking about, because I'm somebody who's made thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with fingerprinting services. So for starters, you don't need to have live scan equipment. Okay, you don't have to start there. You can make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars without live scan equipment. So you don't have to come into this at the live scan entry level. You can enter at fingerprinting cards. Now, somebody actually said to me, I'm in Florida, it's live scan. No, what you don't understand is how the market works. You don't understand who your target market is, and why fingerprinting works, because you're not offering it and you're not trained. So I'm going to school you right now. There are institutions that are federal institutions that require ink cards. So they have absolutely nothing to do with your state and who your state certifies as a live scan provider, period, because they're federal, okay? Now, the reason your state would certify a certain live scan provider or screening service or contract with a company would be for state licensing requirements, okay? That's why. So if what you're dealing with falls outside of the scope of your state's licensing requirement, then you have a different market. I'm going to go into both of those a little bit. So let's start with the ink cards. So the FBI is one such entity that does background checks with ink cards that can be mailed into them. Two, the Center for Medicaid and Medicare Services, also another federal entity, allows doctors to mail in fact requires them every couple of years to mail in a set of fingerprints on ink card. These are, again, they're federal credentialing. The state does not come into play. Live scan does not come into play, okay? Now, third, there are third-party background check companies that are offering a background check service for maybe a college or an employer of sorts, just a random employer, not something at the state level like the public school or the nurses that are getting their state license, but just privately, and they want fingerprints, okay? Plain and simple. So on ink cards. So if you have the ability to do that, then you can offer that service to those people regardless of live scan and regardless of what state you are in, okay? So again, when we start talking about the live scan equipment, so in Florida, one of the background checking entities is FDLE, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They are like Florida's version of the FBI, okay? They credential and certify your live scan equipment. They don't certify you, the notary, they certify the equipment that you are operating on. That means you could take that equipment and have a 10-year-old do the live scan with the equipment, transmit it to FDLE. If it's done right, they accept the background check and they accept the fingerprints, okay? So that is for background checks that require the FDLE's level 2 background, okay, which would be state licensing for insurances, teachers, nurses, any kind of healthcare provider. Okay, so hopefully we got some of the myths out of the way there with that. So now let's talk about, again, promoting your service in conventional and unconventional ways. Okay, so if you are doing just the ink cards, for starters, obviously, if you have your Google map listing, you want to go into that map listing and add that service under, where your notary services are. You're going to want to list that and add it. Two, you're going to want to, this is a real simple one. You can go down to any of your doctor's offices, any practice groups, simply leave them a business card that says that you do fingerprinting, right? Because people in that office are going to need fingerprinting at some point in time. Now, you can also call or email local health departments, your county health departments, as well as, and that's really beneficial if you're doing live scan, as well as local colleges, okay? Because some colleges require fingerprints on application from their students. So with the live scan equipment, so for example, here in Florida, we know that the hospitals hire a lot of nurses. They have a lot of turnover with nurses, and so they even recruit nurses from out of the country. Well, they're still going to end up having to get the live scan done. So you can reach out to the HR supervisor, the HR manager of these different hospitals, either by email or call or whatever, and find out if they have a live scan service provider. And they may or they may not. You could offer to come in and do them in bulk. They may already have them, and it may be a case of just that employee has to just seek one out, which is why it's important to have it in your Google listing. Okay, so obviously, so emailing to different entities, different companies, staffing companies, these are going to be important, and you can simultaneously, if you're a notary, like with staffing companies, like one of the ones that we use regularly, Trillium Staffing, you can simultaneously offer the I-9 service and fingerprinting service, right? You can get 2 notary jobs in one. So if you are on signingorder.com or Notary Cafe, under your profile, you can just go ahead and check in the box that you offer fingerprinting. There may be signing services out there that they need to have you do some kind of fingerprint for some reason at some point in time. So you'll want to make sure that your profiles on those places, those different platforms, has checked. And if you are listed on Noble Legal Pros, you can both check live scan if you're offering that, as well as fingerprinting under your profile, and that ensures that you show up in native searches. So native search is Google. So if somebody is Googling fingerprinting near me or live scan near me, your directory profile shows right up in the Google search with you and your contact info. We did that by design, just an easy marketing method, right? $10 a month, and you have guaranteed Google exposure in your location for the services you offer, all of them you offer. So that is another marketing simplified method to take advantage of those ones right there. So now let's talk about the marketing with social media. So obviously you should be doing this. It's kind of like what I call a spray and pray kind of thing. Like, you don't really know how far that's going to go or who that's going to reach, but you still should do that. That shouldn't be your only channel. It shouldn't be your primary thing that you're doing. That should just be one of the things you're doing. But when we start talking about the social media, you want to consider what has the highest shelf life. Okay, what post can you put and what profile can you put up that's going to have the highest shelf life for the service? And so probably number one is going to be YouTube. Okay, putting a simple video talking about your fingerprinting services in your location where you are is going to do well for you. It's going to be evergreen, meaning it's always going to stay there. It's going to be searchable. So something you should do. Making sure that you have a profile in Nextdoor, and that this service is also one of the ones that is mentioned or posted in Nextdoor. Believe it or not, posted in Nextdoor that are like that with business related, they tend to be more evergreen as well. Where posts in Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all that, they're kind of gone with the wind. So that is it. There's a few tips for you for your fingerprinting service. Obviously, we offer fingerprinting training at $37. It is the single best priced and most comprehensive fingerprinting course on the market. We show you where to get your supplies from. We show you exactly how the fingerprinting works. We show you some of our marketing tips, even videos that we've used for marketing locally. We show you the history of fingerprinting, how to roll fingerprints, as well as how live scan works. Pretty much all of that stuff. I'd say it'd probably be the best $37 you'd ever spend. Of course, you don't have to buy it from me. You can get fingerprint training anywhere. Theoretically, you could just teach yourself and practice it, but when it comes to filling out the fingerprinting cards, there's some nuances in there that you're going to want to know, so you're going to want to see how we fill that out and the information we put on there and why we put it on there. But that is it for fingerprinting. I'll put links in the description for that. If you're already offering fingerprinting, hopefully you found this information helpful. And other than that, like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.